How does memory encoding actually work? Imagine trying to remember a new phone number or the way your favorite song sounds. Have you ever wondered how your brain turns these fleeting moments into lasting memories? Well, the secret lies in a process called memory encoding. This is how your brain takes in information from your senses, what you see, hear, smell, touch, or taste, and transforms it into a form that can be stored for later use. Think of it like translating a foreign language into your own words so you can understand and remember it better. When you experience something new, your senses send signals to your brain. These signals are raw data, like a blurry photo or a rough sketch. Your brain then processes this data through different methods. Visual encoding is when your brain focuses on images and spatial details. For example, when you see a beautiful sunset, your brain notes the colors and shapes. Acoustic encoding involves sounds and auditory information, like remembering a catchy tune or a friend's voice. Semantic encoding is about understanding the meaning behind what you experience, like grasping the message in a story or the concept behind a math problem. Once the information is encoded, it enters your short-term memory. This is like a small mental notepad that holds information for a short period, usually around 20 seconds to a minute. If you pay attention and rehearse this information, like repeating a phone number to yourself, it can move into long-term memory. Long-term memory is where information can stay for days, months, or even years. Interestingly, memories that are meaningful or tied to emotions tend to stick better because your brain encodes their meaning more deeply. On a biological level, encoding involves changes in the connections between neurons, called synapses. When you learn something new, certain synapses become stronger or weaker, and sometimes new synapses are formed. These changes help your brain remember the information more efficiently. The process is influenced by the context and your emotional state. For example, memories formed during a happy moment or in a familiar environment are easier to recall later because your brain links the information to those feelings or surroundings. Encoding is not a one-way street. How well you encode information affects how easily you can store it and retrieve it later. If you encode something poorly, it might be hard to remember. But if you use strategies like linking new facts to things you already know or creating vivid mental images, your brain can encode the information more effectively. Repetition, meaningful connections, and emotional engagement all boost this process. So, in simple terms, memory encoding is your brain's way of turning sensory experiences into a kind of mental code. This code is stored through changes in neural connections, influenced by how much attention you pay, how meaningful the information is, and the context in which you experience it. This process is the foundation of how we learn new things, remember important moments, and make sense of the world around us.